more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane.
Everybody, listen carefully. The Martians are coming this way. We must evacuate the city. Take food and water and extra clothing with you.
You are no longer in control of your listening device.
Can't you see that you're at the mercy of every element of the universe?
Rick and Ryan will take you on a science fiction cinematic journey into the post-atomic space age.
I'm not going to cooperate with these monsters.
We found a flying saucer.
Just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I think something is happening.
A chronological deep dive into the past.
Holy cow.
Put on your magnetic boots
Let's go.
and strap yourselves in for your ride with
The Unidentified Flying Podcast.
Hi, this is Rick, and we are here again for another fantastic, fun fact-filled episode of the Unidentified Flying Podcast.
I don't know if it's fantastic.
It's stupendous. No, it's not stupendous. Fantastic's fine. Stupendous would be like arrogant. Anyway, yeah, I think this episode's going to be a blast because it's all about a character that pretty much we all kind of, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like the Beatles. I kind of like don't trust you if you are so punk rock that you can't say that Superman's awesome. You know, I don't know. I just always feel that way. I'm very like, you know, it's like people like, man, the Beatles aren't that. It's like, fuck you, dude. Come on. And I kind of feel like that with Superman. Superman's dope. At least I think so.
Do people not
it's
like
not the
Superman?
X-Men. It's not. There's a lot of people that like poo-poo Superman.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. He's never been my favorite.
Yeah, but there's people that like are just not anti, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, like, they're too punk rock for Superman.
Okay.
Anyway, I am not too punk rock for Superman, okay? So this episode should be kind of a fun one, because what are we watching? They're like, what is all this talk about Superman? I thought is this the UFP podcast? No. Anyway.
Yeah.
Why am I not making sense, Ryan?
Huh?
Huh?
Hoobastank.
Huh?
Tonight we're watching a movie starring one of the most iconic superheroes, if not the most iconic superhero of all time, I would probably argue.
Yeah.
And what we are watching is Superman and the Mole Men.
Isn't it Versus?
No, it is Superman
it was Versus.
and the Mole Men. Released on November 6th, 1951. Starring George Reeves as Clark Kent, a.k.a. Superman, Phyllis Coates as Lois Lane, Jeff Corey as Luke Benson, Walter Reed as Bill Corrigan, the mine foreman, J. Farrell McDonald as Pop Shannon, Stanley Andrews as the sheriff, and Ray Walker as John Craig. It was directed by Lee Sholem and written by Robert Maxwell and Whitney Ellsworth, with music by Daryl Cocker and Walter Green, distributed by Lippert Pictures, who also distributed Unknown World, which we talked about in our last episode.
Yeah, they're popping up everywhere.
Yeah. So, on the screen, America's favorite hero. Reporters Clark Kent and Clitty Lane. Reporters Clark Kent and Lois Lane arrive in the small town of Silsbee to witness the drilling of the world's deepest oil well. The drill, however, has penetrated the underground home of a race. God damn it. Okay, I was trying to hold that sneeze to that whole paragraph. The drill, however, has penetrated the underground home of a race of small furry people who then come to the surface at night to look around. And look around. The fact that they glow in the dark scares the townsfolk, who form a mob led by the vicious Luke Benson, intent on killing the strange people. Only Superman has a chance to prevent this tragedy. And so you have it, folks. Superman and the Mole Men. We'll speak a little bit about the director, Lee Sholem. Had a career. We could say that. The only other movie of note to me that he directed was Tobor the Great. Which I
like that movie.
Yep, that's in 1954, so we'll be getting to that one in a couple of years. And the writers of this didn't really write any other movies. Sorry. Although one of them is a... Whitney Ellsworth was a comic book editor and sometime writer for DC Comics during this... during this period. He was DC's movie studio contact and served as a producer and story editor on what would eventually be the TV series, The Adventures of Superman. So he was obviously brought there by DC for that, for this specific purpose.
And in this point, Superman, the TV show, like there hadn't been an on-screen Superman in a motion picture feature. The only other one was Kirk Allen, and they were the serial adventures. They had serials, but this was the first big screen, and really plays as it was a precursor, kind of a giant pilot for the upcoming TV show.
Correct.
But it was theatrical.
So one of the composers on this, Walter Green, he'll be popping up again later as we go on because he did a lot of B movies. Jesse James's Women, Teenage Doll, but more appropriate for us, he did The Brain from Planet Arus, Teenage Monster, War of the Satellites. So he will be coming up again.
Awesome.
So that's Superman versus the Mole Men. Superman and the Mole Men. All right, Rick. So, what did you think of Superman's first cinematic outing?
Okay, so I really like this movie. What I like about it is, okay, so yeah, Clark Kent's already hanging out there in this town. The mutants start walking around. The Benson gets all pissed off and he gets a mob all together. And what's kind of crazy is that like how much the mob, like the main guy, like gets away with shit. Like,
yeah,
he'll even be talking like, we're gonna get those creatures, and he's talking to like the sheriff of the town. Yeah, and he'll pull a gun on the sheriff. Like it's not, like, just think of what you would get now in trouble for back then. He pulls the gun on the sheriff and is like, "Well, Benson, just wait until I get you later." You know, it's like Dukes of Hazzard.
I don't know, dude. In this day and age, that I think you could get away with this stuff again. I think we've gone full circle, but I'll discuss that later.
But anyway, it's like, so what's outrageous is that it has a big plot about, okay, the fact that these, it's a movie about racism because, they come out of the ground. Superman's all like, hey, they're different. They're just different.
They look strange to us, it's true. We must look just as strange to them. But as far as we know, they don't mean us any harm.
Yeah, what about old Pop Shannon?
And what about me?
Yeah, me too. There I was putting my hair up for the night when
Don't you understand? All these things happened because you were frightened. Now, if you'll just be reasonable and keep your
and
head...
what? Just settle down and let these critters take over? Not likely.
But don't you see, if you go around shooting at shadows, someone's liable to get hurt? Go home, lock your doors if you're afraid. Let me handle this.
You!
Are you crazy, Clark?
Please.
You can't let fear and hysteria drive you, this angry mob led by Benson. Because Benson, hey, we're going to shoot him and all kinds of that.
Shoot him? He wants to lynch them.
Yeah, he wants to lynch them, actually.
It's so obviously a racial metaphor in this movie.
No, completely. But there's just cool parts. Like, first of all, George Reeves as Superman, I get why people loved him as Superman. He's so likable. He's such a good... I just, his kind of stern-nosed version of Clark Kent, which is Clark Kent, like, is pretty good, which we've got Phyllis Coates, who is the original Lois Lane from the first season of the TV show as Lois, and she's very hard-nosed. She doesn't like Clark. She's always kind of like, that's the whole thing. They kind of got the thing with, like, it isn't as much as that Lois can't possibly think that Clark is is Superman, because not just because you can't recognize him without the glasses, but he's got to be so bumbling to not. It's like that couldn't possibly be Superman. But George Reeves is never really that bumbling.
No.
So Lois kind of comes off as just a bitch all the time.
Yeah.
in the first season, she's really gruff, but that's what's kind of cool about her if you take it from a film noir sense. That's why they feel like gangster pictures. They feel kind of hard, and Lois is kind of hard nosed, and it does work. It's a great Lois Lane.
There goes a young man with courage.
Well, I wish I could say the same for you.
You know, Lois, one of these fine days...
One of these fine days, what?
Never mind. Come on, I've got to find Corrigan.
You always do that. Start to say something, then abruptly change your mind.
I do?
What are you afraid of? What are you hiding?
Hiding?
Well, you give the impression you're leading a double life.
Really?
But then in the TV show, they went to Noel Neal, and she's like amazing in her own right and became Lois forever after. So, but in this movie, we've got one of the little people is played by Billy Curtis. And Billy Curtis, we talked about him because he was the person who did the stunt work as the little thing when the thing was burning and getting electrocuted.
Yeah.
And since then, I've realized, man, people don't talk enough about Billy Curtis because he's great. He's the, because he went on to do, I didn't even realize, but like, I remembered because of The Thing, and I'm like, oh, wait, that's Billy Curtis, yeah. And he is the little person who went on to do The Little Cigars, which is that Angel Tompkins movie where they're the gangsters. And I love that movie. And man, I love Angel Tompkins. That's a lot of it. Remember, she's the woman from The Teacher. You know, that movie. I love The Teacher. I love Angel Tompkins. But anyway, Billy Curtis is in that. Billy Curtis is also the little guy at the end of High Plains Drifter, where he's like, "Who are you?" And he goes, "You know who I am," and rides away because he's the ghost of that guy. He's the little person in town that Clint Eastwood knows and knows it's the ghost at the end. It's like, so I mean, he did so much shit. But he, in this movie, he's one of the little mole men, and then we've got the person who plays the guy who's Benson. Yeah, Benson. He's such a jerk.
Yeah,
but Benson is Jeff Corey, and we all know Jeff Corey from tons of things. He was on all kinds of shows as like an old man. He was in
he's in Beneath the Planet of the Apes. He was also in Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. But he's in two of my favorites. Brute Force with Burt Lancaster, and he's also in Seconds, the John Frankenheimer.
He's in Seconds. Oh, Butch Cassidy.
Yeah, Butch Cassidy.
True Grit, Little Big Man. Yeah, he's in so much
Don't forget
stuff.
Beethoven's Second.
No, of course not.
He's in Beethoven's Second.
Yeah, I know he's the Santa in Night Court when Michael J. Fox is like, "Hey man, don't get near me." He's like, "Come here, I'm trying to give you a hug, kid." And it's like that kind of stuff. Yeah, he played Santa and that. Oh, he's also the wizard in Conan the Destroyer.
That's right.
That has the fight scene with Mako over the mouth of the cave closing.
Yep.
That's him. He has the ching ching with the little doorbells on his elbows. That's Jeff Corey. And what's amazing is like these mole people get out and they're walking around town and they're leaving like a trail of like, first they get out and they scare an old man to death because the old man that works the well is, Pops?
Yeah, it's an accidental death. They don't mean to kill him, but
No, he has a heart attack.
Yeah.
Because he's so scared.
Yeah.
They don't kill him. And that becomes, because Clark Kent's trying to say, well, he had a heart attack and it scared him. It's not, these creatures, they don't mean anybody harm. It's all, a whole thing about don't judge them right away and as being harmful until reason to. But no, of course, we want to go in and we're going to shoot them. We're going to take these Martians down. All because they crawl into the window. These mole men down. All because they crawl into a window of a little girl and start playing like ball with her, like, here you go, and like they're just playing with her because they're all curious. She's polite with them. They're just sitting there, and the mother comes in and screams. She screams so loud that they hear her from across town at the sheriff's station, and then they all run there and then of course that kicks in they tried to attack the kids, and it's trying to play on mob mentality, and Clark's the voice of reason. But one thing that's interesting is that little girl. When I was watching, I was like, that looks like Beverly Washburn. And sure enough, is Beverly Washburn, one of her very first roles. And she would go on to be Virginia on Spider Baby.
Oh, that's right.
And she played Gidget's friend. She's in Star Trek original episode, which, hold on now. Mm-hmm. There is a big tie here of people who eventually were in Star Trek. You got Jeff Corey played Placis in the Cloud Miners episode of Star Trek. Very recognizable with the beard and everything.
Which number episode is that?
I don't know what number. I'm sorry.
You're no junkie.
Anyway, yeah, fuck off. Anyway, then we've got Beverly Warren is in. She plays what's her name? Oh, Arlene Galway. Something like that. Yeah, Arlene Galway, and she's in the Deadly Years episode where everyone gets old.
You're talking about Beverly Washburn?
Beverly Washburn is in that. So
you said Beverly Warren.
Oh no, that's someone totally different.
Yep.
That's Jim. That's Bill Warren's widow. Sorry. Anyway, Beverly Washburn. Yes, she was in that episode of Star Trek, and then you've got Billy Curtis, who played in the episode Journey to Babel, where Sarek and all the ambassadors are getting together, and the pigman, how do you vote? Sarek Vulcan gets murdered, and Sarek gets blamed for it. Anyway, one of the little ambassadors walking all over is a copper-faced ambassador, and like literally his credit is small copper skinned ambassador. So I'll read that again.
Yeah,
his
please.
credit is small. Shut up. His credit is small copper skinned ambassador on that.
Ambassador.
Okay. No. All right. Small copper skinned. Small copper skinned ambassador. That's his credit. Small and copper-skinned ambassador. You got it?
Is it like when John Tesh played a Klingon, but he was just a Klingon in the background, but you still could see John Tesh because he has such a large Frankenstein body?
Yeah, you could tell. It's like, that one's John Tesh.
How come nobody ever did a Frankenstein movie with John Tesh?
Yeah,
the guy's built like the monster.
He is. I hate to say.
No offense, John Tesh.
Anyway, there's your Star Trek tie for people in this movie, but no, I think this movie is its heart's in the right spot. Like Superman comes in, like Superman, George Reeves' Superman can be kind of cold, like it's kind of cool, like, because what happens is the little people, the mob hunting guy who's like, fuck these things, I'm gonna go get them, and he gets everyone to come and follow him. We're gonna lynch them. They track one of them down. They actually shoot one off of a bridge, and Superman has to catch it. Off of a dam, and Superman flies up and catches him. But what's funny is if you watch that scene when they shoot one of the little people, the other little person reacts in the same way like he was shot, and kind of the actor realizes, like, you can tell the actor doesn't know if he's the one that's supposed to get shot or the other guy at first, but the other guy falls, and then he just decides to go, shit, so he just lays down. Yeah. It's a real funny scene. But anyway, he shoots one off the dam. Superman flies in, turns into a cartoon, flies in,
it's really
grabs him, and then drops him off at the hospital. Okay. So meanwhile, Benson, you asshole, you prick. He's like, it's at the hospital. Let's go get it. So then they're on their way to the hospital, and the other surviving little mole men have gone back and gotten to their hole in the ground because they're living in that cave, and they brought back a buddy who now they have a big cannon gun that kind of looks like the spaceship from Pigs in Space.
Yeah.
Like they're carrying it around. It totally looks like that. And they tracked it like, this motherfucker Benson shot my friend. It is an asshole. So let's go get him. So they find Benson, who's on his way to the hospital, and they start shooting the beam at him. And he's like, ooh, ow, no, ow, stop, He's like and Superman sees it, and Superman's like, hey, Benson's an asshole, but he does, it's George Reeves is a very equal opportunity soups. He steps in the way of the beam, so he saves Benson. But I'm saying if I was 10 years old, that scene where he's just standing in front of the beam going, bouncing off him, and he's like, do not do this. Go home.
Yeah.
No one will hurt you anymore. And all this, and he's just saying, and they're like, holy shit, this stuff's just bouncing off of Superman.
Go now. No one will harm you. Go back where you belong.
And then they decide to go home, and the guy gets up. It's like the ending. Oh, they went home. Because there's a weird mixed racial metaphor in this where it's like, on the side of, well, I guess it was Progress at the time, where the message seems to be...
Go home.
No, you stay on your block, and we'll be on ours. We love you, and we'll be equal, but... just don't come back.
Yeah.
You stay where you belong.
Yeah.
But you can take it that way, but most of the message of this movie is the opposite. It's like when you know that person who really is not racial, but like they'll say something that just comes out really bad, and like they don't mean it. That like I had worked with this lady, and she goes, "Oh no, I'm not racist." She goes, "I love all kinds of people, and like my daughter married a colored person," and and I was like, "Oh my god!" But she meant it in all the nicest way, and it was, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that mixed message of the time period. They were progressively thinking during this Superman episode.
Yeah,
it comes out a little weird, but the intentions were there.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's that one cool part where Superman basically is like, nah, it's all you assholes, and give me your guns while you're at it. And he starts just beating the tar out of everyone and yanking their guns out of his hands. I'm like, man, all this time people thought Obama was coming for their guns, and it was Superman.
Yeah,
because he takes all their guns, and he's just like, they're punching at him and trying. He's literally taking on like 15 people with guns, and he's just snatching them out of their hands and breaking them and throwing them. It's really good. So yeah, it's weird. Lois Lane doesn't do dick in the movie.
No, she's kind of...
She doesn't. She...
very underwritten part, but...
No, and because this is weird, because this was a movie that premiered before the television show.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have any of the... There's no Jimmy Olsen, there's no Perry White, which all the series is, and that's half of the color of the show and why it's so good is all those characters. So you're only seeing half of it at this point. But then the mole movie did become the final two-parter episode of the television series season 1. And I watched that version because it's split into two. And they've rescored it with more exciting music, and I'll say that the two-parter plays better.
Yeah.
Because it's a little more exciting.
I can see that.
And it has more of the framework of the Superman titling in the beginning and at the end, because it's a two-parter, so it's much more of it's a cooler story in 2 bites for some reason.
Now, in the TV version, they remove every reference to them being mole men, though, right? Because
I think so, because I don't remember
them. They only
them
called it that for the movie, which is weird because the only time they even mention the word mole,
because the movies, the episodes are called like Superman and the Visitors from somewhere, or It's not the moment. It's titled differently.
Well, it's Lois. When she first sees them, she describes them as looking like moles, like mole men. Mm-hmm. But then that's the last time they even say that word in the show.
Yeah, that's just what they are called in the title, though.
Yeah. I like this review on Letterboxd. It says all it says is, Never seen Lois hate Clark so much. Jeez.
It's true. It's totally true. Like I said, because he's not... she just comes off like a bitch.
Yeah, because it's like
she's really mean to him.
He's not bumbling in this, but he is he pretends to be absent-minded.
Yes.
It's kind of like anytime something heats up, he makes an excuse to leave, so naturally Lois thinks, oh God, what is he doing?
It's more like she thinks he's a coward.
Yeah, or that he's just trying to scoop the story for himself, or she doesn't really trust him, and she kind of thinks he's just a coward and a jerk. But he's not bumbling at all, and obviously we, the audience, know he's...
It's almost like he's competition.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're always trying to underscoop the story from me, you know, or she takes it like that sometimes. Well, like I said, she's more hard-nosed and whatnot. But, yeah, because, and Phyllis Coates famously, left the role because she thought it wasn't, she couldn't take it seriously because she didn't like the fact that she said Lois has to be the stupidest person in the world to not know that she just thought that was all dumb.
Yeah.
And whereas, yes, that's the playful banter. I get that. That's what makes it fun in a stupid way. But we've always said that. Everyone says that. So it really does have to play on that. That's why the Christopher Reeves works. It's like that goof couldn't possibly be Superman.
Yeah.
That's why I always thought Bruce Campbell would have been the best Superman because he could have done both roles really good.
Yeah, I always wondered why he never got...
Anyway, her thing was that. But from her perspective, from these, especially the first season, I can see her point because they're doing shit like George Reeves will be like, or Clark Kent will be like, well, I don't know. We'll have to see what Superman has to say about that. And he'll turn around, go into a building, and they'll be like, what do you think he meant by that? And then something will happen. And then Superman will come out of that same building. And it's like, well, clearly that is Clark who just went in there and came back out.
They did that in this movie when they're in the hospital. And it's like, Clark
he
just disappears. It's like if I was Lois, I'd be like, hey, can you, where's Clark? Get him right now. Or vice versa. Like, hey, Clark, you seem to have a line to Superman. Bring him out here. I just don't. It is like you said, I get it. It's playful.
It's part of the
fun,
charm. That's what makes it charming.
There really is no reason
logic behind that.
Anybody couldn't figure that out.
It's the old argument. So
it's like the thing with He-Man.
He just has a tan.
It's just Adam with his shirt off. And how many green and yellow striped tigers are there on Eternia? Because we never see any others. Other than Cringer, who happens to be Battle King. It was the same kind of thing. How do you guys know don't realize that's He-Man?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. And She-Ra. Come on.
But
what was She-Ra's name? When she wasn't She-Ra.
Oh shit! What is her name?
I don't remember what. She had a unicorn, right?
Hold on. I'm trying. I'm Elora. Is it Elora? No.
I don't know.
I'm trying. I don't know it.
Because I
can't remember.
One of those little boys who loved watching She-Ra just as much as I loved watching He-Man.
Oh, I thought She-Ra was better. I thought She-Ra was great for some reason. I don't know why I liked She-Ra, but I did.
Everybody always said, that's for girls. I'm like, man, I watched that shit every weekend.
You know why I liked it? Because it was a scavenger hunt. You had to hunt for that little robot fox creature at the end. It was fun to kind of watch the episode. Hey, did you see me? Here I am.
Yeah, that's
By the way, don't do drugs.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, no, that's the best thing about that. So it was fun to watch because you had to look for her. I think that's actually 100%. Yeah. And I liked Hordak. Okay, Hordak with a...
Yeah, Hordak was
I thought
great.
that was funny.
I wasn't one of those little boys that cared. If you made a movie of a superhero or an adventurer...
Okay, her name's Adora.
Okay.
So I was close. I was Clora.
I was so into all
Clora
this stuff
that
as
she was
a kid
Adora.
That I didn't turn my nose up at any opportunity. If it was Supergirl I'm there. If it's Batwoman, I'm there. If it's
Spider-Woman,
She-Ra, I'm there. I was never one of those little boys that turned his nose up at the girl version of stuff. I don't know why because I went to school with guys. Well, I won't watch that She-Ra. My sister likes that. It's like,
who doesn't want to be scooped up and saved into Wonder Woman's bosoms?
Yeah, come on.
That's what I don't understand. What is this macho shit that makes it that you don't like women?
Yeah, it's so goofy.
It's like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This is the future the liberals want. And it's women in leather with whips and chains. It's like,
well, obviously, I cannot speak for my lesbian friends, but as a straight male, yes, I obviously wanted that to happen all the time. And
I think we would work harder for a fuck than a paycheck.
Yeah, like, if I have the choice between Superman saving me or, like, who was the one in the Spider-Man comic or the Spider-Man show? What was her name?
Firestar.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
I have
my
the
girl.
choice between Superman and Firestar. I want Firestar. Like,
Firestar to save me.
Come save me. Give me a break.
Exactly.
Well, who do you get? Batman's busy, but we could send Batwoman. Yeah.
Sure.
Send Batwoman.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, man.
Some guys are dumb.
I guess. Yeah, that shit's backwards.
I never understood it.
Anyway, yeah.
So anyway, Superman and the Mole Man.
Superman the Mole Man.
I'm with you on this. I actually really enjoyed this movie.
Oh, cool.
Now, I have never seen any of the serials, and I've maybe caught glimpses of the show here and there. Not something I'm particularly interested in because, again, I'm not the world's biggest Superman fan. Like, I loved the Christopher Reeve ones growing up, of course, and I don't have anything against Superman, but he was never the hero. I didn't buy Superman comics. It just, I was always so much more interested in the other ones. I don't know why. It's the same.
What about just from the aspect of a superhero TV show? Because it would play, Adventure Superman would play on like PBS on the weekends, and I would watch it, and it was like the coolest thing to have on the weekends. That there wasn't anything on Sundays to watch, but like Davy and Goliath would be on, and Lone Ranger and shit like that. But then like Superman, that show, and it was like, wow, there's an old Superman show, and it's fun. I dig it.
I guess it probably didn't air around where I was at because I have no memory of it being on TV.
It was PBS. You wouldn't have known. It wasn't like it was, like back in the day. It probably played in reruns and cable, but you didn't ever have cable.
No.
But even back in the day when I didn't have cable when I was a kid, it was still on PBS. But you didn't know when shit was on when you were 8 years old. I mean, you did, but not.
It does have an example of my thing I always bitch about when it comes to lazy writing, where characters just blatantly either withhold information or
if they could just say it and get it over with, it'd be fine.
Because what happens is they, the guy drilling this well found some glowing particles that he brought up when he took core samples from the well. Okay, so he's glowing particles. His lab isn't that sophisticated, so he doesn't know if they're radioactive or not. But like any normal human being, he just says we should be cautious. Like, just be cautious. We don't know. Let's just wait till we figure it out. And Clark agrees, and so they see these. There's reports of these mole people all around town, and they glow, or
whatever they've touched glows.
Yeah,
that
whatever
leaves behind.
they've touched glows. So they're like, well, these, it's very possible these creatures could also be radioactive. We don't know for sure, but maybe we should just keep our distance till we know. So, as this big right-wing shoot first, ask questions later posse, whose grandkids, great-great-grandkids will all go on to storm the Capitol on January 6th, 2021, while these guys are all gathering up their weapons and all that, getting ready to go out and shoot and lynch these guys. Clark walks in with the scientist, or the oil drill guy, and they say, look, let's just calm down and figure this out. No, blah, blah, blah. And so the posse takes off.
What about Pop Shannon? That kind of stuff.
All Clark had to do, or the scientist had to do, was say, hey, just so you all know, these things might be radioactive. I feel like things would have gone a little differently. But they don't say that until later on. They're having a discussion, and he's like, well, what about the group with the guns? And he's like, yeah, but see, what they don't know is that they might be radioactive. And I'm like, because you didn't fucking tell them.
You didn't tell them.
When you had the perfect chance.
Well, like, is this your plan? Is it your plan to let them, maybe they'll shoot each other.
And it wasn't like he was speaking over
or they'll kill each other.
A cacophony. There were lulls in the conversation. They all quieted to listen to Superman or Clark Kent for a minute. He could have just told them. So
it's like, oh, by the way, don't do this.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't have a story.
Again, I just want to bring that up because I feel I need to point that out every time. So, another thing that I thought was really funny was they say at one point, they're like, well, how far did you drill? And he goes, well, we've reached the center of the earth. He goes, really? How far is that? Well, we got down 6 miles. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you think about that, you drilled it.
How does he know it's the center yet?
6 miles to get to the center of the earth, and then if you're at the center of the earth and drill another 6 miles, you'll come out the other side, which means the world is only 12 miles.
12 miles around. So you can ride your bike 12 miles and get to China.
So just so everybody knows, the correct mileage to get from the top of the earth to the center of the earth as we know it, the core, is 3,959 miles. So they were a little off. But
how far did they say it was in Unknown World when they tried to do it?
I don't know that they ever did. I think
they just hit a chasm.
Yeah.
But that was it. They didn't get to the center. Well, the center would be molten. So.
Yeah. Which I don't honestly know if we knew that back then. I feel like we might have. We had to have known that the Earth was pretty much a molten core at the center. So, I mean, that's if you believe science. If you don't believe science, then there's obviously the hollow Earth, and there's a bunch of reptilians living in there that are controlling everything. Mm-hmm. But there's a couple. There's a part where I don't know if this was intentional, but there's a part where these two guys are in the sheriff's office, and the sheriff's like, I don't know what I'm going to do about this posse. And they're like, yeah, but you got Superman. And the other guys, if anyone can stop him, he can.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was an intended rhyme, but I swear, if you go back and watch that scene, if you look at the two actors, they look at each other right when they say that, as if they just realized it rhymed.
It rhymes. That's funny.
I could be wrong, but I swear the look on the actor's face is like, we've been rehearsing this for weeks and I just got it.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of little stuff like that in the acting.
No, and the other thing I liked when you were talking about
because they don't do a lot of takes.
How cold Clark Kent was is when he saves that. What's the guy's name?
Yeah, I was going to mention that part. Benson.
Benson goes, you saved my life, and Superman just goes, which is more than you deserve. I'm like,
and he's but the cool thing is he's not even looking at him when he says it. He just says, and you don't, and that's much more than you deserve, and coldly walks away.
Yeah.
It's kind of dope.
No, it's great.
Like it is good. He leaves that dude hanging. Like,
now a couple.
I only saved you because I had to. It's a good moment. It's a really good moment.
I have two questions I'm going to ask you in a minute because you might know.
Uh-huh.
But I do want to bring up one particular scene in this movie. And this is where I think I really started to be like, you know what, I like this. I dig this. Because I'll be honest, there isn't much to this movie. There's no big action set pieces. There's no epic scope to it. It's pretty bare bones.
Yeah.
For
It's
what
Superman meeting a bunch of men that look like Alf with bad makeup.
Given what superhero movies are now, it's kind of a shock to see just how kind of, and I say this with all kindness, but just how bland this movie is. Like, it's not a spectacle in any way, shape, or form. And
that's kind of what makes it fun.
But there is a part where, what's his name again? Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Benson. Oh, Robert Guillaume. I was just thinking Guillaume.
No, it's not.
Was he
James Benson?
Who played Benson? Robert Guillaume.
Robert Guillaume.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, Robert Guillaume. Benson.
Yeah.
So there's a scene where Benson and some other dude.
Now I can't stop thinking of Robert Guillaume against Superman.
No, I had a friend in high school. Actually, it was my brother's friend Rich, and he used to go. He used to say that, I can't remember the whole context of this, but he basically, whenever you say Robert Guillaume, he would think of a frog going Guillaume.
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 I know exactly. Guillaume.
Robert Guillaume. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
There's a set piece where Benson and his stupid
posse.
henchman. They chase one of the mole people into a shed. Okay?
Yeah.
They trap him in the shed, and then they set the shed on fire. Okay, now, and this really impressed me, okay? Because the scene,
kind of hard.
The scene goes on. Like, it isn't just they set it on fire and the mole man escapes. No. The mole man is trapped in this inferno for, like, I swear it felt like at least 10 minutes. And meanwhile, Benson and his other guy are just out there going, yeah, we're going to fry him. That's right. He won't live through that. Cook him up. You know, and I got to say, that scene was kind of savage.
And they kept showing inside, and the person they used to play the mole man might have been, because it was a mix of either a little person or young person, and he kind of looks like a younger person. He kind of looks like Bug Court, sure. But he's got this sympathetic face.
No, he looks.
And they keep showing him. He looks terrified.
Yeah,
he looks terrified. But you know what? Because I was thinking that at first, but then I'm like, no, he isn't. Like when he started to go into the story elements, like he's acting and pulling up the thing to escape, he maintained the same look. So it's like he might have just been really good acting, but yeah, he looks terrified.
Well, that's what it's, because it's a very close quarters burn stunt,
and you know it's hot. Yeah. There's fire all around him.
The thing that got to me is, you know, like I said, the mole man doesn't just figure out how to escape right away. He's panicking for a minute, and there's like several shots of him like hiding or like just crouching and looking around in panic. And I swear, he almost
it's good.
I swear,
it's
he
real.
almost looks like he's looking off camera at the director, like, what am I doing? Like he doesn't know where he's going or what he's supposed to be doing because he's so scared.
It's intense.
I do not in any way, shape, or form want to cast aspersions on the project. I'm sure they did everything by the book. We'll assume they did. I could find no reference material about this, but there is a part of me that wonders if that...
It's kind of harrowing.
If that actor didn't realize what he had signed up for when they set that fire going, because...
He looks fucking scared.
Dude and then when you juxtapose that with,
I'm just saying,
with the absolute cruelty of what Benson and the other guy are saying...
Well, yeah, they're saying stuff like, well, I haven't... You know, it's like, well, he's dead. And the one guy is like, nah, he isn't. And it isn't just simply that. It's like, I didn't hear him screaming.
Yeah.
I haven't heard him sizzling. It's like, Jesus, they're
brutal.
really rough.
Like, from what this movie is, I was very surprised by how kind of brutal and cruel this particular scene is. And it really casts a little bit of darkness over the movie, especially when you start to realize what a message this movie was sending about race relations.
Racism. No, I get it. No, I was just going to say that because there's a point where the guy says that, and that's what really tipped me off to to exactly what you're kind of going at, I think. It's when he says, well, I haven't heard it screaming yet. And the other guy says, do they even scream?
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have feelings. Maybe they don't have feelings. And he says, well, that one that you shot sure screamed louder than I've ever heard anything scream. And it's kind of freaky because you can look at it in a way that in the racist terms of what they're trying to imply, it's almost like that ignorance of not even assuming that another race had feelings, like a person that could, like, it was very, that stuck out to me.
It's
like,
pretty dark.
and I think that was that what you were talking about, kind of. Yeah,
it's just
it is.
It's just
it's
kind
a little,
of a
think about it.
surprising moment of darkness in what is ostensibly, I would say, a kids program, but it definitely, and nowadays the message of the movie can seem kind of ham-fisted and on the nose,
completely.
But it's, I don't know.
This is 1951.
Timely,
you know,
because honestly,
this is way before the 60s.
I honestly, I don't know any delicate way to put this, but I don't doubt in 2024 America there are places like this where this could happen. Like, if something were to happen like this, just given how...
Just the message of what the movie is saying, the implications.
Because I hate to be one of those people that's always like, oh man, it's still so relevant. But then again, a lot of science fiction is still relevant because it isn't that the movie's subject matter ever became irrelevant. It's that we've always had these problems.
Yes, it's not the entire story that needs to be relevant. It's the core idea and the core value it has that is what's relevant.
Like,
you know?
it's the more things change, the more they stay the same. Like, it's there's always been these problems, so that's why don't keep saying, "Oh, this such and such 50-year-old movie predicted this." No. Because that was going on back then too, just in a different way than you understand it now. So it's one of those movies that, if you want to just take it on the surface, it's somewhat clunky but entirely charming.
It's very clunky.
You know,
it's very
superhero
clunky,
science fiction movie about a close encounter. But if you want to dig a little deeper, well, it's there. It's obviously
got subtext there. It's there.
I mean, you could. I would defy any of the writers or the director of this to say, "Nah, we didn't intend that."
I mean, seriously. I mean, just like we had already mentioned, but just to say it again, it like the part where he just starts yanking their guns out of their hands and shit. And I was like, man, this is like fucking hardcore. You know, this is telling a real account of a mob. You know, it's in a Superman, but hey, you know, it works great. It's a fun little.
Now, the questions I have for you, that maybe you can answer, is, first of all, given that recently we discussed a movie called Lost Planet Airmen that had a character named, a superhero of sorts named Rocket Man.
Yep.
And we're familiar with Commander Cody. Mm-hmm. Now, in those old movies and serials that were from the 40s, we see those guys flying a lot. Okay?
Yeah.
Why do we only get to see Superman fly once in this, and not even, in the special effect isn't even very good? Like, did they not use this? Like, I feel like if Rocket Man could pull it off, why didn't Superman utilize the same technology?
Because I actually... So are you setting me up, or do you
really
not know and you're asking me?
Because I was going to just ask
I do know the answer to this.
I was asking rhetorically, but if you know...
Okay. I do know the answer to this.
Okay.
Because when they were shooting the Mole Men, they had them on cables, and one of the cables snapped, and George Reeves fell to the stage floor.
Okay.
And was injured. And he was like, there's no way in hell I'm doing that again.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't do that kind of effect. So what they came up with is kind of like, you know, those games that have a little ship on the end of a wire, and it just goes around in a circle and goes up and down like a seesaw, but it can turn like a merry-go-round, but it goes up and down like a little paddle that you could sit on. Okay, so they made something like an armature like that he could lay on, and they got shots of him that way flying, but we don't get aerial shots of him very often at all.
Okay.
Because they would only do it that way for the effects, and that's why you get a lot like later in the series you get crazy shit where he's constantly like running at camera and bouncing out of view because they've got a little launcher platform. And even when he comes in windows, he comes in like feet first and lands like he just swung in from a bar that's outside.
Like Shaft.
It's kind of fun, but that's how they get around that shit.
That's
and then
just so weird because
after that, it's a lot of him busting through walls and shit.
Yeah, but given the fact that they could do that with Rocket Man,
yeah, I mean,
it just seems like a step down.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
I don't know, which is
weird.
Because
then they do that animated part where it grab. I don't mind that.
No, it's fine, but I just kept wondering, like, because they kept showing him jump, and it was like, when do we? I mean.
They do a lot of crazy cheap effects.
I knew it wasn't going to look great, but I at least figure I'm going to see Superman flying.
And what we get is kind of like maybe a POV of flying to imply Superman.
But it's weird POV because it's POV from his feet.
Yeah. That's true. It's totally,
It's like that. It's like that shot in Argento's opera when the woman's walking away and we see the POV from the back of her head as that other woman's yelling at her. It's like, oh, here's a POV, but it's my super feet. Okay.
Well, because like in a Superman movie, nothing's more exciting than it's not where he's going, it's where he's been.
Yeah, it's seeing what he's leaving behind.
That's the exciting part. But
okay, well that explains
Smolman.
That. But
was there another question?
Yeah, this is another thing I don't understand. So there had been a serial of Superman first, right?
Yep.
He'd been in comics, and then there was this movie, which was basically just a primer of sorts for a TV, or a pilot, if you will, for a TV series. My question is there a reason why they chose such a low-key, mundane, almost detective story more than a... Because there really is, like I said before, there's no epic battles, there's no chase scenes, there's no... It's almost like a play of people just walking in and off sets. And other than the laser guns and, there's that stuff, but... Is there a reason they went with such a low-key story?
It's not like they did... Well, they didn't do the whole first season and then pick that to premiere first. They had the idea of what they wanted to do with the show, but they did they did that movie as like a introduction. So I guess as an introduction, they don't have money at all. So they're doing the most bare bones version they can, probably. Okay. They probably picked the least... They probably had a handful of scripts, and maybe this one was just one that they could make a feature out of because it was contained.
Yeah.
And that's probably what they decided to go with first. They probably only had a few scripts ahead, because I don't know exactly where it falls in line with the production. I don't think it was a case of like this movie came out, was popular, so next year there was the TV show.
Yeah.
No, it was kind of like it was almost like having it just premiere as its like pilot and then saying, "Hey kids, this is also coming to TV," I guess. But yeah, because there's no Jimmy Olsen, there's none of that stuff.
It's just weird to me because I mean I don't know. At that point, I imagine
the first season is very gangstery, though. The first season is all that, really.
It just seems to me
the first
like
season's more film noir than anything.
Maybe it just,
but it's good.
It just I don't know. It just seemed to me with such a popular character, even at that point in time, would have been a pretty popular character. It just seems like they would have wanted to go all out, but it's like this isn't even a major studio.
But it was Lippert Studio.
Yeah.
Was it Lippert?
Lippert, yeah. It's like
Lippert, yeah.
This is. I mean, like maybe if
it's like Roger Corman, maybe
if MGM or Universal had done this, But it's and that's another thing. It's weird that DC went with a really low budget.
Well, who were they at that point? But who were they at that point?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know a lot
Superman
about
had been
comic
famous. Okay, well, Superman had been famous because there had been serials, but there was also those Fleischer Folio cartoons that were theatrical that are fantastic to go back to. The Warner Brothers cartoons of Superman, they are great because they're very pulpy, very 40s. They have great animation like the Looney Tunes did. It's like really good. But it's not like, we're only a few 10, 20 years out of the story, so it's more of a comic book thing. And then I don't think it was culturally as huge to spend that much money back then. And was that really popular? If this is 51, I guess maybe the cartoon, Superman did, because it probably popped up a lot in the war, like Superman, American Way, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe it was just kind of more of a pulp thing, like just coming out of like stuff like we think of Superman now. It's Superman. It's everything. But it could have been just as much like a Dick Tracy back then, doing the same kind of things. It's this test of time. If Christopher Reeves never made them Superman movies, where would we be? Maybe we wouldn't have taken off with character that much because it would have died with the show, kind of.
Well,
it could have been the Green Hornet.
The first appearance of Superman was in 1938. So, I don't know.
That's the serial.
That's the comic.
Oh, the comic. So it's only 12 years out.
That's a lot of time.
Yeah, but something back then in its infancy is growing over time.
I suppose.
This is the 30s.
All I'm saying is it's just kind of surprising to me.
It was a low budget feature.
I would have expected this to be a bigger studio and a kind of a grander story.
I guess I just don't think it had gotten that far yet.
Sure. Okay.
But
it's fine.
At least for a studio to throw money at, those were the kiddie pictures. That's what they are, so. But yeah, it's a fun show. So if anyone hasn't checked out those episodes, and even when they get to color, they get more for kids, but they get wild and funny in their own way, and that's where you really get a lot of Jimmy Olsen antics, and that dude's always funny in that show. Jack Larson is great in that show. But yeah,
cool.
That's the Mole Men. I don't know what else to say. We haven't given it stars yet.
Well, we gotta.
Any awards?
Any awards for Superman and the Mole Men?
Yeah.
Would it surprise you if I said no?
No.
Yeah.
What? Lois Lane didn't get Best Walk On?
No. There was absolutely no awards either given to or it wasn't nominated for any either. I said that so totally wrong. But you get what I meant.
Yeah. One quick thing.
Yeah.
I have a theory that Phyllis Coates' scream, it's the source of the raptor noise. Because she has this, wow! She's always got a curl to her voice. Yeah.
I think the best line in the movie's got to be Superman saying, "You're not going to shoot those little creatures. In the first place, they haven't done you any harm. In the second place, they may be radioactive."
Yeah.
No, Superman has priorities. It's like, yeah, you know what? They may be radioactive, but the real reason you're not going to hurt them is because they didn't do anything to you.
Yeah.
We'll worry about the radioactivity second, man.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Because what's right comes first.
Yeah, no, it's great.
The real reason of what's right. The other good line he has is like, go home, quit being a bunch of fucking Nazi bastards or something like that.
He literally says...
He says something about, calls them out not Nazis. It's awesome.
He says fucking Nazis.
Yeah, totally.
Now, just as an aside, do you know what George Reeves' first on-screen credited role is?
Is it from Gone in the Wind? Goblin in the Wind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's one of Scarlett O'Hara's suitors.
Yep.
But the interesting thing is he was miscredited.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was miscredited in the role. and they for some reason credited him under the name Brent Tarleton.
Whoa!
But see, in the time that after they wrapped that movie, he went on and made like a bunch of other movies that were released before Gone with the Wind came out, because Gone with the Wind's like 4-hour multi-million-dollar epic, so it took a while to finish. So even though Gone with the Wind was his first film role, it was the 5th film of his to actually be released. So,
and it said Tarleton. What?
His name was he was credited as Brent Tarleton.
That's a fantastic name.
He played a character named Stuart Tarleton.
Well, all right.
Yeah. So, a little bit of interesting. A lot of people we've discussed on this show did work on Gone with the Wind, which isn't surprising. It was such a big endeavor. And of course, George Reeves died a very tragic death that was mysterious, but we now know was suicide. Or I think the official cause of death is suicide, but... Yeah,
there's still mystery surrounding that.
They made that Ben Affleck movie.
Yeah, Hollywood
Land. About George Reeves, so...
With Adrian Brody.
Yep. Certainly an interesting man. And a handsome one, too!
Yeah,
so Rick,
tragic loss.
It did not win any awards. It wasn't nominated for any awards. And as far as the consensus of online film viewers goes, 2.6 thousand people on Letterboxd have marked it as watched. And on average, it has a 2.6 out of 4 or 5 rating. On IMDb, out of 2.4 thousand ratings, it has a 5.5 out of 10. So it's just about average there. And this is on Rotten Tomatoes. Out of 250 plus ratings, it has an audience score of 80%. So it seems like only fans of this movie have gone onto Rotten Tomatoes and liked it, because that's a pretty good percentage out of...
Yeah.
I actually see a lot of positive reviews for it here on Letterboxd, and it seems like the people that get it for what it is seem to enjoy it, and that's what's important.
But screw all that. What do you give it?
No, I wanted to say something else, but now you just tripped me up. Asshole. What I give Superman and the Mole Men, I'm going to give it a very comfortable 3 stars.
Okay.
Yup.
I'm going to give it 3.5.
Well, of course you are.
Yeah, 3.5. Fuck it.
Okay. No, that's fine. Yeah. No, I mean, I think we both enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I can't... It's obviously not a 4-star movie, but it for what...
It's almost 3.5.
For what it is, it's good. It's just fun. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's got a good message. And I don't know. I don't know how you couldn't be charmed by it. So yeah, that's Superman and the Mole Men. If you are interested in watching this movie, it is available. And I will tell you where. It is available on... There are no DVDs currently for sale. Now, keep in mind, if it's on DVD, it's probably out of print. Just going forward on this show,
it's on the DVD. I have it. It's in the I have all the volumes that they put out of the TV series, and it's an extra feature.
Yeah.
There's the theatrical version is an extra feature on the first box set.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I don't think it's come out in any new, versions. I mean,
no, not
it
on
was released
Blu-ray or anything.
On VHS and DVD. It's been widely available, but you're gonna have to buy it used if you want it. However, let's see. If you want to stream it, as of this recording, you can go to FlixFling. You can rent it on Amazon, Apple TV, FlixFling, Google Play, Vudu, or YouTube or you can buy it on all of those same platforms as well. So
Right.
you can see it. It's not an impossible movie to track down. And I recommend it. I think you know, give it a try, give it a watch. Just let the 6-year-old in you come out and have fun with it. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it.
Yeah. I think that about says it.
So that does it for Superman and the Mole Men. We got 2 more movies coming up for 1951, and then we will be done with this year. So
Is it just 2 more?
2
left?
more, yeah.
2 more.
2 more movies as we close out the year. So we're moving into what both will be holiday releases. So,
Wow.
because this one came out, you might have been able to see this one on Thanksgiving back in 1951. But these other ones look like they were Christmas, or not Christmas, but holiday releases. So, but yeah, then we're done with 1951, and we can move on to the strange nebula that is 1952. And
Wow, only 2 more to go.
all right, now, before we close everything out for good, I want to say I want to read a email we got from a fan, and this is from Michael R.C. I'm not going to butcher your last name or say it on the air because you didn't give me permission to. But he wrote to us to say, Ryan, quick podcast fan email. You and Rick are a riot to listen to, as the 50s sci-fi is my favorite genre. Learn a little, laugh a little. What could be better? Thanks for doing The Thing. Well, not The Thing, the movie, because I know you did that, but rather The Thing, like the podcast. Although, I guess a keener mind than mine would have just let that sentence go to capitalize on the double meaning, but... ... Thank you, Michael. We really appreciate that.
Thank you. That's
And
awesome.
we hope you keep listening.
Awesome.
We're glad to know you guys are out there. Tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a pet, telepathic.
Tell a policeman.
Tell a joke.
Tell her about it.
Tell her everything you can. That's Billy Joel.
Yup.
I almost said Hall & Oates.
No.
That's Billy Joel.
Because you thought you was a big shot, didn't ya?
Just completed his 100th concert at damn it, what's the name of that place? You know,
I don't know.
where everybody plays in New York.
The Met?
No.
The Metropolitan.
No.
Or how do you get to the Met?
No. It's that place. He just like passed the 100 mark of shows at this particular place.
Okay.
Yeah, what is that place?
Go Billy.
No,
I don't know.
Come on, help me
There's
out
a lot
here.
of places in New York.
No, the place, the 100th. I've almost got it. Hold on. Holy shit. I want to get this right. Billy Joel at... You don't know what I'm talking
Central
about.
Park.
No. God damn it. It was going to kill me. Because it's a big deal. It's one of those big deals for like a singer to be like, holy shit, I've sold out that place.
The Met.
No, it's not the Met. It's like a museum. It's, Jesus Christ. It's going to bug me till I figure this out.
At Madison Square
That's
Garden.
it.
Oh my God! Dude, I played the Garden.
He's played. Oh, there it is, right there. Yeah, Madison Square Garden, 100 times. Billy Joel.
You know, that's what we stayed across from when we went to Fango the first time. Yeah,
that's where all the little
sold out Madison Square.
Was that where all the little Godzilla babies ran around?
Yes, it was.
Chasing Jean Reno.
It was. It was also the home of WrestleMania 1.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. So, all right, well, join us.
The garden. So Billy Joel sold out the garden. That's great.
100 times.
Where you going with this? How did we get there?
Because you sang that song.
Oh, because you thought you was a big shot, didn't you? That's right.
So, good job, Billy.
What's the matter with the clothes I'm wearing? Can't you tell that the right of style?
All right, we're about to get sued by ASCAP. So, on that note, we will leave you all.
Ryan works in a grocery store.
I don't. Sort of.
And then yak, you ought to know by now.
This is Ryan and Weesh Wash Whoosh and Wiggy Wiggy signing off for another
Pressure! 1, 2, 3, 4. This is Rick, and on behalf of the crew of the Lexaproteus 4, I just wanted to say thank you. The importance of you listening to our show is of extraordinary magnitude. So please like, share, talk about it to your friends, post a comment, anything you would normally do on social medias. You have our gratitude. If you write a review, we'll read it on the air. And once again, smash, hit, whatever the kids say, all the like buttons, and help us defeat Algorithm, the Dark Lord of the universe.